Today, I am your host, and I want to welcome one and everyone. We have completed 28 days of our 40-day transformative journey of forgiveness and healing. So we are on day 29, friends. So thus far, for those of us who have been regular in joining, we all know we have worked on 4 blockages. So week 1, we worked on guilt. Then we worked on grief. Then anger and fear to trust. We all shared a lot of experiences, very authentic, very heartfelt, very emotional. And we had a lot of practices we followed to work on our blockages. And some of it was our daily practice, like journaling, meditation, trail walk. But some of it was also associated with some of those blockages, right? The sun gazing, going to a water body, being one with that, being one with the breath. So last week it was actually one with the breath, meditation. So I want to take a moment. Again, I know that more and more folks are joining. So I want to take a moment, and if you all want to come on camera, that would be great to see all of your wonderful, beautiful, smiling faces. And if you want to share anything, I see Agrima, Shibu, Reshmi, Sharanya. Welcome all of you. And those of you who are not on video, if you want to come on camera, that would be great. If you don't feel comfortable, that's fine too. But before we get started, I wanted to see if anyone wanted to share any experiences from last week, anything nice that happened, anything fun that happened, or anything new that we discovered about ourselves because we were staying in that meditative mode.
Yes, first of all, good morning, good evening, everybody. Yeah, so when we are with the breath, when we are connected to ourselves, we always discover something new about ourselves, right? I mean, we are always in touch, we are always knowing what's going on. It's always a great practice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we keep going, we don't have the moment to think about what is truly surfacing in us because at
Mhm.
any given moment we're feeling something. But to truly identify what we are feeling, I think we need that moment of silence. We need to be with the breath to, because see, we typically react to what is happening. So when we have that moment of silence, we all, as fellow meditators, know we respond differently, right? So we can talk a little bit more about that later as well. But again, I want to one more moment to pause here to see if anybody has any um, thoughts, comments, experiences to share. If not, we'll get right into our story transmission. Okay. So, as I said, friends, we are in week 5, and this week's blockage is false identity. So, without further ado, let's all close our eyes. And today, Swayam is not here, so it's me who's going to say the story. Actually, it's not me. Sita Mata is going to speak through me, and we're all going to close our eyes. And you can go off the camera if you would like, but let's close our eyes. Let's be grounded and let's walk through the forest and we see the majestic mother tree who is welcoming us. As you walk closer, she welcomes you by gently moving our branches. As we touch her, we feel her warmth. My dear friends, let's sit with our back against her trunk, and let's connect to her roots. The chariot rolled gently through the forest path. Its wheels marked no exile. Its rider carried no shame. Sita had chosen this journey not to escape, but to fulfill a purpose seeded long before. An ancient vow had guided her heart. A time had come when she would serve not as queen, but as a presence, not on the throne, but among the trees. She did not look back toward Ayodhya with sorrow. She looked ahead with clarity. There is work yet to be done, a dharma I must complete in this forest, she had said. In the forest, life was simple. The mornings began with prayer, weaving, cooking, tending to the earth. Word spread. Villagers came quietly, drawn by something they just could not name. They had heard of her radiance and her purity and sought her out. They came not because of her past title, but because of her present being. Her dignity shone brighter than any crown. Among those who came were women carrying wounds unseen, stories of abandonment, lost roles, of fading beauty, of harsh words spoken against them. Ah, they bowed low before Sita, but Sita would lift their gaze and remind them no matter what happens to us, we must retain our self respect. We must not deprecate ourselves. For when we do so, we do a disservice to all women. We cannot control the behavior of others, but we are responsible for our own behavior and attitude. Her words were few, but her presence spoke volumes. Here was a woman who had stepped away from palace and title and yet radiated greater power than before because her worth was not woven from gold or garments. It was the light of being untouched, unshaken. And so the women returned, not with heavier hearts, but with lighter steps. They remembered their worth was not lost when status was lost. Their dignity certainly did not depend on the words of others. Their value was not a mask to be worn, it was the truth of who they were. Sita did not teach with long discourses. She taught with silence, with presence, with unwavering mirror of her own life. True worth is not what others see, it is who you are. Roles will change, circumstances will shift, but the divine light within you remains. My dear friends, the story really touched me because it kind of resonated with what we do. We all play different roles in our personal and professional lives. We could lose ourselves in that and kind of end up forgetting who we truly are. However, if we can separate ourselves from that false identity as we play in a certain role, it leads to self worth. And when we develop that self identity based on authenticity and self acceptance, it just leads to self worth, self love, and self compassion. Sita Mata was so authentic. Like, I felt like the women just did not come to her because she was a queen. She just was herself, and that's what attracted everybody to her. So, friends, I hope you all enjoyed and related to the story. And I would want to welcome everybody to please come back on camera. And if you have experiences, if you connected to this, or if you thought about something that happened, and if you had some experiences that you want to share, this is our safe space. Let's talk, guys.
Yes, Amy, absolutely beautiful story. Thank you for that. Um, and as you said, it's very, very relevant, right? Because most of us get stuck in these roles. So I'm this husband, I'm this father, I'm this brother, I am the ex-major, I am the CEO of this company. Even after retiring from the CEO post, you are still an ex-CEO because your identity is still rooted in that role, right? The role which you played for a certain period of time. So the worth comes from that. So if something gets degraded, if somebody says something about the role, you hit it on yourself because your identity, your entire being is based on that role, or maybe a certain cloth which you wear, right? As I Sita Mata, as the ladies were judging, because she was not wearing a Maharani clothes, she was wearing simple clothes, but that changes nothing. That changes nothing, right? But it's only the perception which you see from the others. If our worth is dependent on how others see us, then we are always a slave of others because we are always looking for validation. But if you're not, if the worth is coming from our own being, then we are free. So what it does really, to me, what it does really is the freedom to be who you are. And that is very, very liberating. It's a very liberating thing, right? In that freedom, in that sense, when you are free, when you are pure, as Sitama was radiating, people will get drawn to you because that is a quality, that's something which we don't see. When you are free, when you are radiating, when you are who you are, when you are unapologetically who you are, unapologetically who you are, that's a different dimension. And that is real beauty as well. It is not the clothes which you wear, it's not the title, it's not anything else, it's not the car you drive. It is this, when you can authentically be who you are. So yeah, beautiful story. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And I love how you said about the freedom. it is freeing, right? Like when we don't have to put on a face, because we don't really even know what face to put on sometimes, right? We are confused because we're with different people. What face do I put on today? So when we don't have to put on any face, it is liberating. It is freeing yourselves to be yourself. And again, I like the word unapologetic. And that truly doesn't mean you can behave any way you want. That's not what it truly means. That means that you are just authentic and you're being true to yourself. If you are When you are true to yourself, you're authentic. And it is a struggle for me too. I mean, all of us, right? I mean, it is not an easy job. When you are with your friends, you kind of try to be how the dynamics is within that group. When you're with your family, you are in a different dynamics. When you're with your brother, you're in a different we play roles. We because we know how each person is, we want to tend to behave or act like how they would like to see us, right? But if you all think back when we were young, we did not think like that. We were ourselves. It didn't matter who were you. I mean, I personally, I was myself with everyone. This was me. Whether it's my brother, my father, my mother, my friends, it was me. But as I grew older, I started putting on, even my tone changed when I speak to different people. And it is now amazing to look back and think about my my tone, my accent, my words that I might use, all changed based on the people I'm with. It's amazing. Never understood, never realized some of it, but it is amazing to see that. But I also want to see if others, like I see a lot of you coming on camera, so if you want to speak.
Hi, namaste everyone.
Hello.
Um, that was a really really nice story, and I agree. We do kind of put on as everyone around us expects from us. I think that's what I generally always did that. But I think when you're unapologetically, you feel like, you feel free and you want to be the way you are. You finally realize, I think I finally realized what I want to be and how I want to be, and not feel sorry for a certain behavior. Um, I mean, as long as it's not hurting anybody. But everybody around me kind of expected a certain way of me, which changed,
Hmm.
which kind of bothered everybody, like what's going on, what's happening. So it was kind of a turbulent moment, I think, when I was changing. In the sense, I was accepting myself, I was understanding what's going on, and then finally understanding, okay, this is how I want to be, or this is how I like to be. I want to say something, I'll say something. I want to do something. Maybe I don't agree with who I'm talking to and who I'm around. I can say, no, I don't agree. I would like to do things differently. I don't want to do it this way. But it kind of bothers, I think, because they think people around me always thought that she's a certain way. She's always going to agree. She's always going to follow what we tell her. And then suddenly I'm like, no, I can't do this anymore. It's like, what happened? So, but I think it's better. It's always nice to be who you are than what you're expected to be. It's definitely more freeing, and you can just be. And even like I would. I'm a quiet person, and if I go to a gathering or my family's place and they expect me to talk, initially I would be very like, oh, I have to talk, I have to talk. I feel very pressured, like I have to say something, I have to do something, make the atmosphere like more like not awkward because I'm quiet. But now I feel like if I want to be quiet, I'll be quiet. I mean, there's no awkwardness in being quiet. It's fine. It's good. So I'm still quiet, but I don't feel awkward or weird about it anymore. I feel like that's the way I am. So thank you for the opportunity to share. Thank you.
Absolutely. I think I am the opposite way, Grima. I feel like I have to make conversation to make everybody comfortable. So I'll keep talking, right? So, and then I am the talker. Even when I go with my husband and his friends, I talk because he's more quieter than I am. But I understand sometimes you feel like you have to keep the conversation going. If there's an awkward pause, I take it upon myself to continue. Then now I'm like, okay, if it's a pause, it's a pause. Let's just pause until the conversation starts organically. I don't have to be the mediator. That's not my job, right? Because I don't certainly don't feel like speaking. So why am I speaking? But beautiful story. I 100%. I mean, thank you again for sharing. You're so authentic in how you present yourself right now. I can feel it. So I'm glad you were able to find that authenticity. I also wanted to make a comment on one of the things that you said about your friends, like, okay, what is happening now? But that's sometimes also a good thing. If we have a very superficial friendship or a superficial relationship, it could go two ways. It could just completely go away, or we could get just closer because we opened up and they understand, oh my gosh, this is a real person. I love that new person. I want to be with them. So all of that has happened to us also, right? Like it has happened to me, and people I casually knew, like I would be just saying hi and walk away. I realized we have a lot more connection because fewer words led to other things. And we are like, okay, I did not know this person. I knew her for 20 years, but my gosh, she's this. So I think it's phenomenal. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
Hello, everyone. I can probably
Hello,
share a
Pramod.
few things.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Please.
um, Quite profound story, and pretty much I think we all can relate to it. Our identity, where we are getting our self-worth, and I think it's all about. I think the conditioning we have over our years and probably many births, right? That is playing a role here. Um, Again, I feel that we uh, it's a lot of conditioning, lot of subconscious comes into this, and today I considered means day to day interactions with people. We always bring different phases out, right? And we try to protect our deep identity, which we are truly are, because we want to be accepted by the society, right? And I think it is not easy to get away from it. It's more like a realization. And I started this my meditation journey year back and year or two back, and it is coming as a slow realization. Sometime I'm aware of that, yes, I am pretending, sometime not. So it's but I think with meditation it brings more clarity and being more awareness. That's whether I'm pretending or I'm genuine in my interactions. But it's going to be a journey, right? We have to be more aware of ourselves in each situation, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, I just want to share that.
Well, absolutely. I think that's about that. It's about recognizing, right? I mean, all of us still do. When we are at work, sometimes we have to. But the moment you say, now with meditation, we recognize, okay, I'm not being my true. Before we don't even recognize that we're doing this. We just do it. But now we know when it is not your genuine, we're acting, we're saying something that we don't feel authentic about, we feel it. That's the beauty of meditation.
Right.
I do
And
have a
now
very
there
important.
are certain forces which are acting against it, like the society and the
Yeah,
expectations from the society and the situations, and we are taught to behave in certain way and situations just to manage the situation type of, right, and
absolutely.
that brings the inauthenticity in the conversation in the relationship also.
Absolutely. Very well said.
Yeah.
But I do have an important question for you, Pramod. Did you draw the drawing behind you? Was it you?
No, this is just
Okay, that's
deco
great.
thing.
Okay, just
Yes, yes.
okay. But truly, yes, absolutely. Again, like you said, we were brought up certain way, especially back in India, like when we were brought up, like, okay, this is the expected behavior, this is the expected behavior. We try to be different with our children, and hoping that they don't have to go through the same things. Like it's nothing against our parents because they were brought up that way. So that's how the journey continues, right? So
Yeah.
hopefully, again, we were able to break a little bit of those and then give a little bit more authenticity to our children so that, I mean, I try my best to tell my child to be authentic, and encourage her to speak up, because in our situation when we were growing up, there were certain things we would say, but certain things certainly we will not say, at least in my
Yeah.
generation, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is, I absolutely, that kind of led us to a different, putting on different faces with different people for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
amazing share. Pramod, I really appreciate this. The one thing which I want to say is, so now you mentioned meditation since the last 2 years, right? Continuing the meditation. But what actually does is that the more we meditate, we become more and more aware and sensitive. So even though in some situations, as you're right, I mean, we play roles, right? We are in a meeting in an office. We, as Simi said, the sound changes, the voice changes, we put on a certain role. But with meditation comes awareness, right? You see that you are playing a role. It's a big difference. It's like an actor, right? Amitabh Bachchan plays a certain role, but he plays the role. He knows he's playing a role, although he's acting it.
Very well
That
said.
is a
Yes.
beautiful awareness. It's a beautiful realization. With meditation, it comes that, even when we are playing a role, we consciously do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very well said. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shibu. Yeah, absolutely. I think that awareness absolutely comes with meditation. Yeah. Anyone
I just
else?
said
Rashmi.
something like that story was very beautiful, and the part which I loved the most was Sitama didn't use any words. She didn't give any public disclosure or healing sessions or anything like that. She was just doing the whole healing process for whoever came to her by just her presence, her silence. She was so silent inside her and so true to herself that gave the space for everyone. Like everyone who was there around her, that space was given to them for their healing, their whatever wounds they were carrying or whatever issues they were carrying, that was getting healed just by the space which she was offering them. So that was, I feel like she's like a living example to us. Like being silent inside, we are going to transform many people around us also. So yeah, it was one thing which struck me like really, really deep.
Absolutely. I know the sentence about her words were few, but her presence spoke volumes. I mean, when I was saying those words, I mean, amazing, right? Imagine being like that, where you don't have to say anything, you just have to be there and people are drawn to you. We all have probably come across, I mean, not like in a divine way, but some people who just by being like, you feel like, oh my God, look at her. She's so, it's not about, not because she's smiling that she's nice, but there are some genuinely nice people you feel drawn to. So, I mean, yeah, that would be amazing without words if we can attract people, not for ourselves, but if we can give them the space, as very beautifully said, to for that so that they can heal and be themselves, right? That's amazing. Yeah, totally agree. Anyone else? Again, thank you all. This is like a lot of sharing, and I know now I'm like super excited about something that is very dear and close to my heart. This is something that had helped me um, in my journey when I was going through something, and I can tell you it's such a beautiful technique that helps us in our growth, in everything, in our transformation. So I want to hand it over to Reshmi. So this time we're going to learn, or we're going to hear about a beautiful ancient technique that will help us in our healing and forgiveness journey. Over to you, Reshmi.
Thank you, Simi. Yes, as Simi was mentioning, yes, this is a very ancient technique and it's very beautiful, very effective. Many of us have tried it and we have uh, seen the effect of it in our own lives. So It's a beautiful technique called Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian technique, and the word Ho'oponopono, it is a 3 words in it. So Ho'o means to make, and Pono means right. So it is to make right, right. So why 2 times we are saying right, right? So you're making it right with yourself, whatever difficult situations you're going on or the emotional traumas you're facing, you are just making it right with yourself first, and then you're making it right with others. Obviously, you might have the trauma with somebody else in the life. Like it is not just you being the person impacted, there'll be other people. So you're making it correct with yourself and you're correcting it with others. So that is what the word Ho'oponopono means. And this technique is a very ancient technique, but it became very popular because of Dr. Hewlin, and he was a psychologist, and he was contacted by a state hospital in Hawaii, and they mentioned that they have a separate cell or a separate ward in their hospital with some very criminally insane patients. Many doctors came, many staff came. Nobody was able to survive there. Nobody was able to take care of these patients. They kept on moving, like um, coming in and going out, and there was no major changes for these patients. So they somehow heard about Dr. Hewlin and they reached out to Dr. Hewlin, and he said, I will come in, but I don't want to follow the normal therapeutic procedures. I will use something alternative. So just give me a room and all the files for the patient. I'm not going to see any of them. So the hospital was very skeptical, but they still went with him because that was their last hope to cure these patients. So he came in, and every day he used to come in and he used to practice this Ho'oponopono technique. So he takes one file, reads it, and he does this Ho'oponopono technique. So the the authorities there, they were very surprised that this guy never gets out of the room. But after a few months, they started seeing changes in the patients. That was surprising for them. And after a few years, they were able to shut down that entire ward. The less criminally sick people, they were sent out, and those others who got cured, they were sent back to the prison, and the hospital was able to shut down that entire ward. So that is how this technique became very popular. So what is this Ho'oponopono technique, right? It is just 4 statements which we have to say, and that will be like transforming. So the first one is, I am sorry. So when you're saying I am sorry, you are not like regretting. You're not guilty of something which is happening. All you're doing is you're just acknowledging it. You're acknowledging that something happened. So we have been doing multiple weeks for this session, and we have been talking about a lot of emotions like anger, guilt, grief. All these are like real uh, emotions which affect us, right? Like our day-to-day life, it affects us. So sometimes what I have seen is we react to some situations uh, very rapidly. So I have thought, like after I react, I think like, why did I react like that? Like where did this reaction come from? But then what happens is there are a lot of hidden patterns inside us. Like we keep talking about um, conscious mind, subconscious mind, and all that. So conscious mind is what we use now. Like you are listening to me, I'm talking to you. We are using the conscious mind for thinking, analyzing, and all that. But the subconscious mind, which is really deep within us, it is always active. It is coming with a set of patterns to us, and over the years in our life, we are adding into that patterns. Each incident, each situation we face, we are adding those patterns into the subconscious mind. And it is hidden deep inside, it is active always, it is like processing everything within it. So that triggers all these reactions sometimes which we give. So how do we clear that? Like, how do we come out of that pattern, right? Like, those patterns are related to some incidents which has happened to us, maybe in our childhood or early adulthood, or it might be inherited from our parents or ancestors. Many things, like many patterns could be within us. So how to come out of these patterns? So the only way is to clear these patterns. So this Ho'oponopono technique, when we are doing this 4 statement prayer, what it does is it's giving signal to the subconscious mind, like I'm willing to clear this pattern. Let me make an effort to clear this pattern. And when you are starting to tell the subconscious mind, okay, I'm ready. Now I'm ready. I want to come out of this. I want to clear this pattern so I can see things as fresh as it's possible. I don't have to carry my baggage, and I don't have to see through that shadow whatever is happening today. Let me see it clearly. Let me see it with a fresh eye. So this prayer, as I said, the first statement is you're saying I am sorry, and you are not being you're not like accepting it. You're just acknowledging that something has happened in our life which we did not expect this way, and you are impacted by it, you are affected by it, you are upset about it. It is something unpleasant which has happened to us. So just acknowledge that it has happened. That is what we are saying by I am sorry. And the next statement is please forgive me. Why do I have to forgive myself if I did not create such an incident? Why do I have to forgive myself, right? Here you're not forgiving means like you are not like just saying forgive. It is uh, it, somebody beautifully said, forgiving, if you break it, it is for giving love. So you're ready to give love to yourself. Like I am ready to give love to myself. I have faced something unpleasant, and I am acknowledging that it has happened, and now I'm ready to give love to myself, and I want to come out of it, right? And then the third statement is I love you. So this is a beautiful, beautiful healing space. When you are connected, when you usually say I love you, it is just a conditional love. Like you're just saying it to a person, like I love you. I love you to my husband, or I love you to my son. It's just a statement. But we are not just using it as a statement. You're connecting to that love frequency. Like the moment you see your son for the first time, or the first hug from your mother, you remember, all these things are just so beautiful moments in your life. When you even think about it now, you'll be super connected to that love frequency immediately. So that frequency is what I'm talking about. Like that unconditional love. You're not thinking, you're not tagging it anything, you are not tying it to one person, you're not tying it to one situation. It is just unconditional love, where you are like you're one with that whole universe around you. You're one with everything around you. That frequency, you are just connecting and you're telling to yourself, I love you. You have gone through all this unpleasant situation, and you're ready to forgive, and you're ready to love yourself. And in that love frequency, we start healing. We have been talking about healing all these weeks. This is the fifth week we are into, and we've been talking about healing. So where does that healing happen, right? It has to happen from that love, the love from within you. Like you, it's okay that this happened, but I am ready to accept it, acknowledge it, and I'm ready to move on from that. I'm ready to move on and see what is there ahead of me, right? See the same things in a new frequency. And the last one is the gratitude. So just saying thank you thank you to that experience, thank you to that incident, because everything which happens in your life, you're learning something out of it. It doesn't happen just like normally. It is not like a normal situation for you. Everything which happens in our life, it has a lesson for us. Maybe you don't realize it today, you will realize it later sometime, and you might be a part of a bigger picture. You don't realize all that. When the incident happens, I know how it is, because we all become the victim there, and we all uh, take the blame onto ourselves. We all take the hurt onto ourselves, the pain onto ourselves, and we just be there being upset. So this, if you start thinking that it is a lesson, it is an experience, it will be transformational for you. So this is the 4 statements. It's a very, 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 very impactful technique. I have been trying this for the last 3 years. Very grateful to Sampath and Rajiv Daga, who introduced me to this. And many times it is things which I have thought like, oh, I can never come out of this emotion. I have come out of it, and now when I look back and see, I see that I can see it in with a smile, or with I can see it like uh, with a different perspective. And there are a lot of other things which I'm still working on. So it is a process. It is not just like you say the statement 4 times or 5 times, you're not going to clear it. It depends on the emotion, how much deep it is there in yourself, and how much of it is getting impacted. So that's the whole technique as such. So today's meditation, we will be doing based on this technique. So we will be uh, not doing the Anapanasati meditation. We might just do it maybe for a 5 minutes, and we'll get into this uh, guided meditation for Ho'oponopono. So yeah, let's get into your comfortable posture. And just to tell you, before we get into the meditation, this is quite emotional. Um, you might think that you don't have anything to heal, or you might not have any emotions which you can think when we are talking, right? But it might surface during it. Don't hold it back. Just let it go. This is a very safe space. You can just turn off your cameras. And if you want to cry, just cry it. If you want to scream, just scream it out. And if you're not able to sit through the whole meditation, you're feeling too emotional, just whenever you're feeling that uncomfortable level, you can just open your eyes and don't hold back. Basically, if you can think of some incident which is really hurting you, you can bring it to your awareness and keep doing this Ho'oponopono for that particular uh, uh, incident. Otherwise, what you can do is just keep doing it and let it surface. Whatever you have to heal, let it come to your awareness, let it surface, and we can start working towards it. So yeah, let's close our eyes. Take a very comfortable posture. Relax yourself completely. You can scan your body from top to bottom. Start from top of your head. Start relaxing all the muscles. Your face, neck, your shoulders. Let go of all the stress and tension. Relax your arms. Relax your chest. Your abdomen, back of your body, your thighs, your legs, relax. You have to relax your body completely so we can have a relaxed mind. Bring your awareness to your normal, natural breath. If needed, you can take a couple of deep breaths to bring your awareness to the breath. You can observe the subtle, gentle movement of your breath wherever you can observe it. Just keep observing those subtle sensations. Think of any beautiful memory from your childhood or from your adulthood, whatever you can remember, which brings a beautiful smile to your face. Slowly think about it and imagine you are in that moment right now, where you felt being loved unconditionally, or you are giving that unconditional love to someone else. Think of a moment in your life and be there in that space. Enjoy that moment. Relive the same love which you felt or which you gave. It's so beautiful. from this space, we will start the Ho'oponopono healing. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me for whatever part I played in it. I love you for freeing me from this pain. Thank you for this healing. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. If you are aware of any particular emotion which you want to feel or an incident which you want to feel, try connecting to that emotion or that incident with the same love, with an unconditional love, and then connect to these words which I'm saying. I don't know how, but I have created this experience for myself. I have created this reality for myself. I am acknowledging it. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I accept my part, my responsibility, and I love you. I love you for this experience. And thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me for consciously or unconsciously creating this pain. I truly love you. Thank you for freeing me from this pain. I am sorry that it happened in my reality. It has caused pain to me and to others. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you for this experience. I am sorry. Please forgive me. The pain that I carry is because I have not accepted it. I love you and thank you for healing me. Let us heal all the emotional baggages which we are carrying, the patterns, the belief systems, whatever is deep within us, which we are unaware of or aware of. Let's keep intending to clear it. And let's keep intending to bring that space within us. Just like how Sita Ma had that beautiful, silent space within her. Let us keep clearing all these unpleasant memories, patterns, beliefs. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you for removing all these memories. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Keep observing the thoughts, the emotions which are surfacing. Are you ready to let it go? I am acknowledging what has happened was unpleasant and it has caused pain for me in the past, and I'm still carrying it. But I'm ready to let go. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I love you for this experience. I love you for this learning. Thank you. I know this experience is part of me because I am learning something from it. But I want to move on. I am acknowledging it. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you for this healing. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I see this in you because it is in me. I love you for this learning and thank you for this healing. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you for this healing. And thank you for erasing these memories, the bad feelings and emotions. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I do not know which part of me created this, but thank you for this experience. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for this healing. Thank you for this learning. Thank you for all these experiences. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the acceptance. Slowly bring back your awareness to your breath. Keep observing your normal, natural. Bring your awareness back to surroundings and gently, whenever you're ready, slowly unclasp your fingers, keep it over your eyes. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes with a beautiful smile.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rashmi. I don't know about the rest of you. It took me a moment to come out of it. Um, I, I don't know how many of you cried. As Rashmi said, like we start on a clean slate thinking there is nothing, but all those deep emotions that is within us come out. And I hope this is a beautiful start of a healing journey for all of us. Thank you so much. It was such an amazing session, Rashmi. Really, really lots of gratitude.
Anybody want to share? Like, I know some of you might be doing it for the first time. So if anybody would like to share, would really love to hear your experience.
Was this something that you were expecting? I mean, it's a little different from our normal meditation sessions. So, I mean, at least for me, in the other sessions, we are just focusing on breath. But for me, like when Rashmi spoke about what was that one thing or a couple of few things that where you felt the unconditional love or you give the unconditional love, for me, a few of my childhood memories came back. I also, like when I first brought my daughter home and she was lying next to me, when I just looked at her, the realization that came back to me, a bunch of different things, beautiful memories came back, but also it also led to some other memories, which I have been I've been doing this for a bit now, not as long as Rashmi, but you still recognize there's much more healing that needs to happen. So again, like Rashmi said, this is a safe space. Some of you, it may be new to you. So if you're willing, please come back on camera and let's share our experiences.
If you have any questions also,
Yeah,
please feel
please.
free to ask questions. Yeah.
Yeah, just want to add on that this practice might appear very simple. It's just four statements, right? So I first came to know about this in 2020, and when I heard about it, like, okay, is it really going to do all that stuff with just four statements? How is it going to be effective, right? So that was my thought process, and then just like everything else, just gave it a fair chance, right? This was an experiment. Not going to believe that this four statements is going to change everything. But I'm going to try it, right? So that is what we did. So I gave it like, okay, I'll do it for 40 days and I'll give it a shot. So that was profound. So as they both said, as Rashmi and Simi both said, the practice, once you keep doing this, things which is deep down. I think Rashmi also mentioned about the conscious and the subconscious, right? The conscious is like the tip of the iceberg. We only see that small part of it. The subconscious or the unconscious, the two layers are very deep down. And that's what is driving all the patterns. So there, these things start coming up from there, and you start healing those. It's very, very profound. And again, as Rashmi said, this when you say I'm sorry and forgiveness, you're actually taking responsibility. You're actually taking responsibility and you're dropping your ego. When that happens, right? When you're taking the responsibility for the creation and when you're dropping the ego, it's a big, big thing. That is when you can actually connect. Because love, what we say as love is oneness. And for that oneness to happen, you have to drop the ego. Ego is a separation. And when that separation drops, then you connect to that oneness. It's a very profound thing. It's a very healing space. And also the reason why I'm speaking, one more thing which I want to mention is uh, in this journey of meditation, the more and more we meditate, once we become serious meditators, everybody comes to meditation thinking that there will be a lot of, you'll become immediately calm and stuff like that. So that happens, but also as the energy levels increase, the patterns in you also rises, right? There are certain, it's like the Sagar Manthan. So the patterns also rises. So the anger also rises, which is why the patterns need to be healed. There has to be, we have to start creating the space. This is one of the reasons why we created this program ForHeal. Because along with meditation, you also need to do things, practices, which fosters forgiveness. So that the healing space is created. So it's a very, very beautiful practice. Please give it a shot. Please don't believe anything. Please experiment with it. Give it a shot of 40 days. Thank you so much, Rashmi, for this amazing, first of all, the information and then the meditation. Thank you, Simi. Thank you all.
I think for this week, we should include Ho'oponopono as an activity to your daily meditation. Just, it need not be this long. You can just do it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever is your comfort level. You can just do it any time of the day. It need not be like along with the meditation. Whenever you're ready, whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, or whenever you're feeling that lack of that love, or you know that you need something to hold on to, right? That time you can just sit, close your eyes, and just start saying these four statements. It makes a huge difference. I have tried it even in between work, in between meetings, when I see that I'm getting agitated, or my just like Simi was saying, that the tone changes in a meeting when you're talking, suddenly I just switch off the camera and just repeat it for like 3 or 4 times. It suddenly changes your mood. It suddenly changes your that energy levels. It changes your tone. Everything gets, you feel that change in you instantaneously. So give it a try. Try it for this week activity. Include this one, and as Shivu said, try it for 40 days. Experiment on it, and would love to hear experiences after that.
Yeah, absolutely. For how many of you, if I may ask, this is new? Or is it something you already knew, or have someone been practicing it? If you've been practicing, maybe we can let our fellow meditators know what you gain from that. Is it new for everyone? If yes, my dear friends, you're in for a huge, huge transformation. So
Yes.
yeah, like Rashmi said, don't trust anything, but experiment. Just simply be like Sitama did, just be and just do this. And then after 40 days, yes, we'd love to hear the feedback.
Do we have to say it out loud, or can we repeat it inside?
Inside you, whatever is comfortable to you. If you feel comfortable saying it loud, you can say it loud. Or if I don't say it loud, I say it inside very silently. I don't say it loud. I have never tried it. So whatever is comfortable to you, you can experiment on it. It is just a technique uh, which we have introduced. It is up to you how you use it for your own healing. So experiment on it, Agrima. I would love to hear.
Sure, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for Rashmi, or any questions for anyone on the call? Or any other experiences, anything you found differently when you were doing our different
Yeah,
practices?
Rupa mentioned tears were coming unknowingly. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. Like you think you're out of all this and you just do it, and somewhere it hits you, somewhere some emotion comes up or something triggers inside you. So it's okay, let it go. That tears means you're releasing something, right? You're getting over of it. So yeah. Hi, Sharanya.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning and good evening.
Good morning.
Uh,
Oh,
it's a nice meditation, and I had gotten a good experience in this meditation. Actually, um, few years, like 2 years, like that. After coming to meditation, I found that I have a lot of fears and phobias in the morning time rather than afternoon and evening and nights. I feel like when I got up, like if I wake up at 6, like 7, not immediately, like 7 8, it gradually decreases. The day passes after coming to meditation and do and know the value of forgiveness and everything. Somewhere I found that I had a like a blockage or something. I am not forgiving anyone, so something is hurting me. So I when I start practicing the forgiveness and everything, it's gradually reducing that the fears, everything. What we give, we are seeing the same way. If we are hurting and if we are hurting, we see the same thing in the others also.
mhm.
So by changing myself in the inner, I feel very relaxed in this meditation. Also, I feel very light when I release all the emotions, everything. It is very. I am releasing all the burdens, everything, and I'm becoming light. So it is very nice. And 1 second it went like magnetic field was surrounding me. Magnetic field, like magnet. It was like. So it is a nice meditation, and it may help and further for me also. So that is the thing.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
you really summarized everything we were speaking so far. You just beautifully summarized it. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Absolutely. It was just you just spoke from heart, right? That's what all of us felt. And I mean, like first time when you say this, you're like, wait, what is going on? Because you can't just stop crying. And maybe you're not even thinking about a particular incident. It's just being, and we don't even know why we are crying, what we are crying for. Or and Agrima, you were even asking about when to practice. Do we say it loud? I have done both. I have said it in my mind, but sometimes when I'm alone, I just want to hear it say it out loud. So I don't know if it's right or wrong either, but whatever I think works for you. Enhance it also. If there's a specific one that I want to just get out of, I actually say, I'm sorry for, and I'm thank you for. So that also helps. I mean, I'm sure Rashmi's been doing it a lot longer, but I feel Rashmi that helps me sometimes. So sometimes when I say it, and sometimes when I just say it, even without any reason, when I'm just sitting there, it calms my mind. It just almost reminding me what I'm thankful for because it ends with a beautiful note about love and gratitude. So that I just simply say it, just to say it. There's nothing, but I feel like I'm benefiting from it, although I'm not saying it for a specific reason. I don't know, Rashmi, do you have any thoughts or comments on that?
Yeah, the first time when I did it, I was guided. As I was saying, like Rajiv did it for me, and I don't know, the first word I started crying. I don't remember the rest of my session at all because I was just sitting there and crying. All I could hear was that first line, I'm sorry. And and that was the first time I'm talking to him. I didn't even know him. And to a random person crying out loud like that on a phone call, I can't even imagine doing it, but I did it in that call. And then I started experience. I have done different things. Like I have done it for one specific thing. And sometimes when I do it, it becomes too emotional for me. When I do it just for one specific thing, then for maybe a couple of days, I don't say that I am sorry for this. I just say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And sometimes I just keep saying thank you when I'm very stressful and all those things. And I feel like why all these things is happening around me? Why am I in middle of all these things? I just keep saying thank you or I love you. I love you. I just keep chanting that in my mind all the time. So you can experiment. It is just a technique. It is our our experience, our journey. So I feel like we all have the right to experiment with it and find the right technique which works for each of us. So it might not be same for me, it might not be same for you, Simi. So even Agrima, like if you want to try it out saying loud so you can hear it as Simi was saying, you just try it out and see for few days and see how it feels for you. Yeah. So there is no strict rule in this. It is just a uh, technique we can manipulate and do it the way we want it.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Any other questions regarding this or anything else? All right. If there are no other sessions, I mean, this is the week 5. We have one more wonderful week, and then we have many more meditation days to go. But Swayam will be back with a beautiful story next week. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. It was amazing to meditate with all of you, amazing to go through this technique with all of you. I loved it. Although I have been practicing it, I still released a lot in this particular meditation. So thank you so much, Rashmi. Very soothing words, very beautiful music, and it just brought out, although I thought some of the things that, okay, I'm done with those, but sometimes it is never done, right? Like Rashmi said, it's our subconscious. Things are so deeply rooted. So thank you so, so, so much. Lots of gratitude for all of us being here. We are here not because like we are here by our choice, and this is because we want to heal ourselves, and we are already on that journey, my beautiful friends. All right. Thank you so much. Rashmi, do you have anything to add before we wind up for the day?
No, I think, yeah, just remember to practice it for this week. Yeah, just start it this week and see how it goes. And yeah, that's all. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining us. It was a beautiful story, beautiful meditation. Yeah, week 5. And next week is our last. So be there with all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.